approaching someone the indirect way is something that works really great also. The idea behind that is that you should just approach someone and ask a basic question or an opinion. Remember, approaching someone is about starting the car. So it's just about initiating this first interaction. It's not really important because if you ask most people, okay, do you remember how someone approached you? 99% of the time they will say, I don't remember. I just remember that we had a great conversation. So this is something that is important to remember. It doesn't really matter what you say, just the fact that you are the one saying it, that is really important. So you can approach someone and ask a basic question. You can say, you can ask the question even if you already know the answer. Let's say that, for example, I go to a bar and I can approach someone and say, hey, do you know when this bar closes? Hey, do you know when this bar gets full? It's about just asking a simple question. Hey, do you know what will be the weather like tomorrow? Hey, do you know if it's going to rain tomorrow? Hey, do you know where I can find this book? Hey, do you know when the conference starts? Hey, do you know where's the nearest parking? Hey, do you know? Just asking a question. And it doesn't matter if you already know the answer. Most people say, you know what? I know everything when I go somewhere. Say, yeah, maybe you know it, but even you can ask the question. Let's say that, for example, I go to a social networking. Then I know that the conference will start, I don't know, at 9 and it's 8:30. I would just approach someone, hey, sorry, can I just ask you a question? Do you know when the conference will start? Then they'll say, oh yeah, I think it will start at 9. Say, okay, interesting. And then you can say something else. We'll see later how to continue that. But I want to say that you can approach someone just by asking a basic question. When you ask the basic question, you can start the interaction with, hey, excuse me, can I ask you a quick question? Because by saying that, hey, excuse me, can I ask you a quick question? People will see that it's quick and you just want to ask them a question. You don't want, for example, to be with them for 5 hours. So you can say, hey, excuse me, can I ask you a quick question? I just wanted to know ta 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 ta. It works really well. And then people will see that 99% of the time they will answer in a friendly way. And then you can transition, but we'll see that later. Here it's really about approaching. You can also ask an opinion. You can say, hey, excuse me, can I ask you a quick opinion? Do you prefer this wine or this wine? You can say, hey, which cocktail are you drinking? Is this good? Is this bad? Hey, do you know if I should do that or that? Hey, do you know if it's better to go to this place or this place to have dinner? So you can see that here there are many things that you can use. You can ask a basic question, which is really basic and it doesn't really matter. It's just about starting the car. And or you can also ask an opinion. You can say, hey, a friend gave me this shirt. Do you think it matches my eyes? Or do you think it looks great on me? It doesn't really matter. It's just asking an opinion at the end. It's just starting the car. So here I give you great advices to approach someone. So it's indirect. So by asking a question or asking an opinion. And before you saw that you could compliment someone or introduce yourself. So now you have really great tools that you can use to approach someone. These are the easiest one, and these are the ones that will work 99% of the time. There are other ways to approach someone, but it's more difficult and the success rate is much lower. So I wanted to give you something that really works and that is simple to use, because that's the thing that you want to have. You want to have simple tools that you can use to approach someone.